Hey, I'm Steve Krenz for Guitar Gathering. Thank you for joining us on this workout, play-along guitar workout on the 7 top fingerstyle patterns. If you have if you haven't yet, there is a download PDF, free PDF download. The link is in the YouTube description, and have that out in front of you as we go through this workout. And have your guitar. This is not meant for you to be just watching me, but it's not going to make any sense until you actually put your guitar in your hands. It's one thing to learn a concept, it's another thing to actually get it underneath your fingers. Execution, I've heard it said, is everything. Intention is nothing. Execution is what matters. So that's what we're going to do on this lesson. So take a look at that PDF, and let's take a look at this first pattern. Thumb 1, 2, 3. I'm not saying this is all there is. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just saying these are the top ones that I, as a professional musician here in Nashville, use all the time. Let's go to the basics. Thumb 1, 2, 3. Thumb is going to be indicated by a T, and then index is going to be by the 1. The middle finger is going to be written as a 2. The ring finger is going to be a 3. So you're going to see the pattern as thumb 1, 2, 3. Remember, we also talked in the lesson about how if you have the thumb is going to cover everything on the 6th, the 5th, and the 4th string. 1st, 2nd, and 3rd are going to cover everything that happens on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd strings. Or they can also be shifted up to cover the things that are happening on the 4th, the 3rd, and the 2nd strings. So we're going to refer to the ones on the outside strings, which is 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and we're also going to be referring to the inside strings, which is when I put them on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings. So, armed with all of that information, go ahead and play a C chord. There's a C chord. All right, so our thumb is going to hit the 5th string, and then our 1st, 2nd, and 3rd fingers are going to be on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd strings. So 1st finger's on the 3rd string, 2nd finger's on the 2nd string, 3rd finger is going to be on the 1st string. Just play that. Just get those going, all firing it together. Okay, now that's with the outside strings. Let's go to the inside strings. So I'm just going to shift these 1st, 2nd, and 3rd fingers up to the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings. I'm just moving them up a string. So that's the inside strings. Outside strings, inside strings. Outside strings, you do this with me. Inside strings. Outside strings, inside strings. Let's go back to the outside strings. And now instead of playing them all together, we're going to go thumb 1, 2, 3. Just slow. Ready? Play. Thumb 1, 2, 3. Okay, now let's do the inside strings. Do the same thing. Ready? Go. Good. Let's do the outside strings, and this time we're just going to keep going through that pattern. Ready? We're going to keep repeating it. Ready? And thumb 1, 2, 3. Now do it again. We're going to start off slow. It's going to get plenty fast here. We're just going to start off slow. Every note ringing out, nothing is muting out. So make sure every string is ringing out. Hey, let's go to the inside strings. And there you go. Now let's go to the outside strings. Ready? And it's about control. It's not about speed. If I can get control over it, the speed will come. Relax that hand. Your fingers are not pulling up on the strings, they're pushing up through the strings. So they're not tugging up like that. The motion is not tugging up, it is pushing through like that. And my thumb is just kind of making a circular motion. All right, hey, let's look at this first line here on page 1. We go from a C chord, play me a C chord, to an A minor 7th. Just take that 3rd finger off. And then we have an F major 7th. My thumb is going to move down to the 4th string. That's an F major 7th. And then the last one is a G. Okay, so just like I said, the thumb is going to cover his territories, the 6th, the 5th, and the 4th strings. And then our 1st, 2nd, 3rd finger are going to be on the outside or the inside string. So let's take a look at this one. Let's go see if we can play this nice and slowly. This first line there on page 1. Ready? and thumb, 1, 2, 3. Then it does it again. Now here comes the A minor. Slow and steady. Try and get right with me. Now here comes the F major 7th on the 4th string. Every note ringing out, nothing buzzing out. G. Do it again. Let's go a tad faster. C. A minor. F major 7th. Just let all the notes overlap over each other. G. Control. Do it again, a little bit faster. And C. A minor. Ready? And let everything overlap. If this is going too fast, remember you can always come back and slow down the YouTube video. G. Good. That's thumb 1, 2, 3. Easy, easy. Control as it spin a little. If this is new to you, that's going to be tough to do. If this is new to you, just go ahead and slow it down and work a little bit each day on just getting that. Don't give up because you can't get it in the first 10 minutes. That's not how guitar works. It just takes little by little of getting those muscles in control. Flip the page. Now we're going on to page 2. Okay. Now we're going to go on to a second pattern. Thumb, not 1, 2, 3. We're going to go thumb 3, 2, 1. Thumb 3, 2, 1. Good? Here we go. Let's just do it on chords first. Don't worry about the music just yet. Just on that C chord, let's go thumb 3, 2, 1. Ready? And thumb. Just keep going on that C. Okay? Thumb is hitting the 5th string, and the other fingers are on the outside strings. Let's move those to the inside strings. So now it's 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 2nd string, 3rd string, 4th string. This is the inside strings. Do you hear the difference? Let's go to the outside strings. Thumb stays where he's at and the others shift down. 1st string, 2nd string, 3rd string. Good. Okay. Hands getting a little tired. Hey, put your hands like this. Do this with me. We're going to go fingertip to fingertip. Okay? Can you see that? Then we're going to press down. Keep that finger spread apart. Press down. Press down. Just relax. You're not trying to break your fingers or anything. Just kind of stretching those muscles out. Stretching those muscles out. Keep those fingers spread apart as much as you can. All right, here we go. Let's go back to that C chord. Actually, no, let's go to a different chord. Let's go to a D. Go to a D chord. Now, wait a minute. D chord, my root is on the 4th string, so I have no other option but to do the outside strings. You see how when my thumb is on the 4th string, I can't do the inside strings. It's just, I have too many things. So my only option when the root is on the 4th string is to do outside strings. So let's do a D chord. Thumb 3, 2, 1. Ready? And. Going. Don't think bad of going slow. Going slow is how you get things done. You want to waste time? Go fast and keep hitting your head against the wall. That's wasting time. Go slow. That's where the actual progress comes. A lot of times you can kind of fake your way through something fast, but when you actually try and listen to it, it sounds very sloppy. If you want to get clean, you got to go slow. Hey, let's go to a G chord. Okay, so now my thumb is on the 6th string. We're still on the outside strings. Ready, go. Each finger moving just like clockwork. Each of them has their own motion. Okay, all right, let's get to that top of that page 2. Let's look at the official progression there. We have a C, we have an A minor 7th, we have an A minor, or F major 7th again, and a G. But this time we're going thumb 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Ready? And thumb 3, 2, 1. It's always on these outside strings. Here comes the A minor. Slow and controlled. F major 7th. G. Let everything overlap. Back to C. Do it again. A little bit faster. Now, a good way to practice this is with a metronome. I don't have one here with me, but a good way to practice this is with a metronome. That way you can tell how fast you're going. Don't get bored going slow. Slow is where you build control. Do it again, faster. 2, faster now, and G, slow and steady, faster. Now, if you can't do it that fast, don't give up. It just shows that you have a ways to go. Good. Perfect. Hey, take a look at the next one. Pattern the 3. It's now thumb 2, 1, 3. This is actually the most common one. Thumb 2, 1, 3. We're getting out of the baby pool and we're getting into the real stuff here. Thumb 2, 1, 3. Hey, just on open strings, we're going to go on the outside strings. We're going to go thumb 2, 1, 3. Do it again. Thumb 2, 1, 3. You do it with me. Thumb 2, 1, 3. Thumb. Each finger moving in its own rotation. Let's go the inside strings. Ready, and inside. Now we're letting all of the strings ring. I'm not planting, I'm not doing that sort of rest strokes, I'm not doing any sort of that sort of stuff. It's all free strokes. We're letting the strings ring. There's a time for planting and there's a time for rest strokes, but it's actually pretty rare in more contemporary playing. You just hardly ever use that. You use mainly free strokes where you're letting all the strings ring. Okay, now let's just add some chords with it. Let's go to an A major. Still on the inside strings. Let's just do a little follow me here. I'll tell you which chord to play. Let's go to an A minor. Ready, A minor. Now, if you notice that your pattern is not quite even, you're kind of doing something like this. It's not even. That's where the control comes in. I know you can play faster than this. I can play faster than this too. It's about control. Oh, let's go to maybe a D minor. A D minor. Now you see how I have to be on the outside strings. Let's go to D suspended. Ready? And D suspended. Maybe a D chord. Okay, let's go. Let's just press the gas pedal down here a little bit. Go a little bit faster. A little bit faster. We're not going as fast as we can. We're at a steady tempo. It's just a little bit faster. Up a little bit, ready, go. little bit faster now. Little bit faster. Then it starts kind of rolling. Good. Hey, take a look at that exercise here. Let's go back to our C, A minor 7th, F major 7th, and G. But this time we're on pattern 3, thumb 2, 1, 3. Slow it down. Ready, go. Thumb 2, 1, 3. A minor 7th. It's always funny to me. You can tell the wannabe players, they don't like things like this. They don't like going slow. Do it again. They want to play fast and impress their friends, but yet they always never quite get a perfection in their rhythm. It's always a little sloppy, because that only comes when you're doing this kind of work. Don't believe me? Ask anybody. Ask any real player. You know, the great cellist Yo-Yo Ma has some great thoughts on practicing. They're on YouTube. And his main thing is just, you have to do it slow. Get control of motion. A minor 7th. A little bit faster. Let's speed it up just a little bit. Ready? F major 7th. G. See, what the focus is not the chords. Go back to C. The focus is the pattern. If you can get the pattern down, the chords is an easy part of the equation. Little bit faster. A minor 7th. F major 7th. G. Okay, let me show you something. Ooh, Steve, that sounds so great. Same pattern. Thumb 2, 1, 3, thumb 2, 1, 3, thumb 2, 1, 3. Focus on the pattern. The pattern is what matters. Hey, take a look at the next one. Pattern 4. Thumb 2, thumb 2. Oh, this is a good one. Ha ha. Figure 8. This is kind of a figure 8 pattern. Okay? Now, you'll notice it's the same notes as the one we just played, but it takes away the first and the third finger, and you end up with the thumb alternating between a couple of different strings, and then the rest happening with your second finger. So you get this kind of a figure 8 happening with your thumb, or actually with the other fingers too, because he's jumping as well. So take a look at this one. Take a look at that, just that first measure there on the third line on page 2. Thumb, second finger on the C, and then thumb's going to jump to the G, and the second finger's going to jump to the E. So I have fifth finger with the thumb, second string with the second finger, third string with the thumb, first string with the second finger. And you kind of get this figure 8 happening with your fingers. It's tricky if you haven't done it before. Well, we'll do it slow. Ready? On that C, go. Second string, third string, first string, thumb, second string, third string. I'm only using my thumb and my middle finger. Hey, let's do an A minor 7. Just take that third finger off, same thing. Let's do that F major 7th. Let's do a G. Let's go back to the C. We'll just hang out there for a second. C. A little bit faster. This one is a good one to learn because it allows you to get a lot faster than pattern 3. Even though it's the same notes, I can push the speed a whole lot more with this. It just allows me with some force to get this kind of back and forth thing, and it gets going fast, a lot faster. All right, so let's play pattern 4 one time. Nice and slow. 1 and ready, go. Thumb, 2, thumb, 2, thumb, 2. A minor 7th, and don't get discouraged if you can't do it. You're gonna stink at everything you do for the first time. So never let that feeling, I suck at this, don't let that determine anything. Do it again. If I gave up every time I stunk at something after 5 minutes and didn't get it, I wouldn't be very far on this instrument. A little bit faster, and A minor 7th, F major 7th, G. Can you go faster? Can you go a little bit faster? A minor, F, G, a little bit faster, go. Oh, one more time just for fun. There you go. All right, hey, take a look at the next page. How you doing? Are you hanging in there? Don't give up. Don't give up. Sometimes all you need to do is just practice it a bit. If you just spent a week with these patterns, you would be so much further down the road than if you just play through it one time and you go, oh, I can't do it. Hey, take a look at pattern 5. Okay, this is another key one. I'm going to do the outside notes, the lowest tone in the chord, the highest tone in the chord. And then I'm going to kind of go 1, 2, 1, kind of a little bump beep bum between these two outside ones. So the pattern ends up being this one is particularly helpful when I'm doing a solo guitar arrangement. I'm doing kind of chord melody stuff, because a lot of times you'll need to do that where you hit the bass note and the melody note at the same time, and then you just arpeggiate some other stuff in it. So here we go. Let's start on that C. Ready, slow. So in this particular pattern, everybody's got their own string. First finger is always touching the 3rd string. Middle finger is always on that 2nd string. Hey, you want to make it? Let's bring up the challenge round here for a second. Okay, I want to make your. Let's work on volume here for a second, and let's make our thumb the loudest note in all of this. Okay. It's hard to do that. Let's make our index finger the loudest note. Do you hear it? Let's make our 2nd finger the loudest note. Let's make our 3rd finger the loudest note. Now that one's tough because you have a tendency to, when you're hitting both of those together that you're making thumb and the third finger loud. But that's a great idea to build depth in your playing, to build some dimension in your playing, is when you can start to bring out a melody note by bringing that and bringing these accompaniment notes back down into the mix a little bit. All right, here we go. Enough of me yapping. Let's play pattern number 5. Do the whole line. Ready? And. A minor 7th. Ready? And. F major 7th. G. Okay, now let's bring out, just for fun, let's bring out the index finger. So bring everything else softer. Let's make the middle finger the loudest one. It's tough, but it's really good to get you where you need to go. Fantastic. Okay. Hey, take a look at the next one. We're going to have thumb and 3. This one is kind of sisters with the one before it. So instead of going thumb and 3 and then 1, 2, 1, we're going to do the reverse of that. Thumb and 3 and then 2, 1, 2. I like to think of it like this. You have the outside notes and then you have the pattern 5 goes don't, dee, don't, kind of a mountain top. The other one descends. Da and then da, don't, dun. Da, dun, dun, dun. So it's just an inverse. Now, I'll give you a hint. In the heat of battle, it doesn't matter. Okay? You need to have the ability to do both. Sometimes you're going to need to ascend the arpeggio down. Sometimes you're going to need to ascend the arpeggio up. So you have to just be able to be in control of that. Let's take a look at pattern number 6. Outside strings again. And then we're going to do 2, 1, 2. 2, 1, 2. Let's move on to that A minor 7th. Ready? A minor 7th and. Stay on that A minor 7th. Hey, let's go to the inside strings. Inside strings. Stay on that A minor 7th. Do you see how everything just had to shift in? Let's go back to a C using these inside strings. And C. And we can do our game of making fingers louder if you want to. Okay, but now let's go look at that F major 7th. Do you see how I can't do the F major 7th on the inside strings? I've got to move back to the outside strings. Here we go, F major 7th, outside strings, go! Let's go to the G. Okay, let's do the whole progression. And, ready, and. A minor 7th. F major 7th. G. Great job, okay? Hey, take a look at the next page. Now, this isn't, again, it's not all the patterns that you're ever going to see. This is just some of the main ones you're going to use a lot. All right, so here we have the bass note and then the chord. Another type of accompaniment. You hear this a lot in country music, things like that, where you have where I'm hitting the bass note. So before you even start alternating the bass, just hit that C chord and stay on the C. So you're hitting the C and then the other 3 together. Steady, don't speed up. All of them are at the same point in time. go to the A minor 7th. Let's go to the, maybe a big old F, big old bar F. Nothing buzzing. Come on, hold it, hold it, hold it. G. Okay. Now let's go back to that C. And we're going to alternate the bass between its root and 5th, which would be a C, then a G. C, G, C. So the root and 5th are on adjacent strings. The root is the 5th, 5th is on the 6th string. And that is that way for anything that has a root on the 5th string. Let's do the A minor 7th. Open E beneath it. What if I did, oh, I don't know, like a B 7th? Gotta move my second finger down, but the note is right underneath it. So anything that has a root on the 5th string, the 5th is gonna be on the 6th string. Do you see how that works? Let's go back to that C, ready, and A minor 7th. Okay, so now here's a different combination here. Here's an F chord. If it has the root on the 6th string, then the 5th is going to be on the 5th string. So instead of being beneath it, it is above it now. So you see how I'm going low, high, low, high. What if I did an E minor? Same thing. On any bar chord, it'd be the same thing. Root, 5th, 6th, 5th. Now, I can, if I played an open G, well then that 5th is not on the 5th string, but it's on the 4th string. So there's different combinations for that. I did a lesson on these way back when. I think it was called Walking Ups and Downs, something like that. Alternating bass patterns. You can search it on YouTube. Walk ups and walk downs, something like that. Okay, let's do a D chord. Anything on a D is going to have the root on the 4th string. The 5th is going to be on the 5th string. D, D minor, same thing. D suspended, D 7th, all of that. So there's a little bit of variation. It's always root and 5th, but sometimes the 5th is below, sometimes it is above. Okay, so let's take a look at that exercise. Pattern 7. Let's go through the whole progression. Ready? And reach down for that G. Back to the A minor. Come on. Learn, learn, learn. F. Now the G. Now, do I expect you to play it perfectly the first time? No. You're going to fumble over just like anybody else would. C. Speed up. A minor 7th. F. G. Now that's if you have a song in 4, a song in 2/4, something like that, that works out great in things that are multiplied by 2. Sometimes you're going to come across things that are in multiples of 3, something in 3/4, something in 6/8, something like that. So if we did that, I just threw the next one down there. It's the same pattern. I'm just going to add another 8th note pulse in there. So in 6/8, it would be A minor 7th. I just add an extra one. F. G. And let's end on a C. All right, there you go. Okay, so play through these different exercises. It's not, I don't care necessarily that you play the exercise perfectly, just take the pattern. The pattern is what matters. So apply it to different chords, apply it to different string combinations, do outside strings, inside strings, vary up your roots, go through different progressions, anything you can to make sure that you get the pattern down. Work with a metronome. It's going to help you get that rhythm steady. Hey, I'm Steve Krenz for Guitar Gathering. Thanks for joining us on this workout. Don't give up if you can't do it the first time, and we will see you guys next time.